Hey there, welcome to day 1067, I believe. Yep, 1067 of What You Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world, corporate world of business, what I like to call the real world of business, to the online world of business. 2017, I had an opportunity to divest myself as part of my divorce of everything else I'd done in the past and do kind of whatever I wanted. I had the opportunity to do anything that I wanted, and I decided to be curious about the internet since its inception, and kind of dilly-dallied and dabbled, but never really had the time and energy to devote to figuring out what I wanted to do with it or how I wanted to apply it to my offline businesses. Shame on me for not using it in my offline businesses, but I decided I was too old to go back and do some of the things I'd done in the past, but not old enough to just throw in the towel and give everything up. So I thought, okay, I'll go online, I'll figure some things out, and I'll go on a journey. I'll figure out how can I replicate my offline success in the online world. And I learned a lot of things, a lot of mistakes that I made, a lot of doing things the hard way, and I'm still on this journey to replicate my offline success online. And I'll continue on that, and I'll probably talk to myself and talk to you here every day, even beyond making that happen, right? I've had successes, but I haven't had the same level of success that I had offline. And that's my ultimate measure of success for me. Everybody does different things and has different reasons for moving to the online world or having the online world. COVID-19 created a mass movement to the online world. I've been preaching for the last 3 years. You got to at least have an online component. You've got to at least have an online component to the people that I came in contact with. And now it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like people are realizing I need to have an online component because the way I usually do business has been totally stalled, stopped, and shut down. How am I going to continue to serve people and reach people? And that is easy to do with an internet component to your business. Whatever your business is, there is something you can do online to continue to serve and reach people, no matter what your business is. So from that standpoint, business has been a lot easier for me this year, but that's because I was already working from home, and I'd already done a lot of the things that people were being required to do during COVID that they've never done before. So it's been an interesting year from that standpoint. I want to talk a little bit today about the power of reviews and ratings. Now, I don't mean performance appraisals and performance reviews, although there's power in reviewing your own behavior and performance and results on a regular basis. I actually do every day in my daily journal, my daytimer type thing, that's my own custom one. I, at the end of every day, look for what went really well about the day and what I'm grateful for, and the lessons that I've learned, the things that, maybe I said the wrong thing to one of my sisters or to a client. Maybe I missed something and I want to learn from that. I want to write and capture down, hey, I said this way and the person took offense, usually one of my sisters. Or I did this and I wish I would have remembered to do this, and this. I do that with my videos a lot. I do my videos, I do content creation in the morning, and I just put them out into the world. I just do them and I put them out in the world for a lot of personal reasons. I am visually challenged, and so video is the way I can communicate and continue to communicate without having to write everything down and take notes and then try to figure out how I'm going to understand or read or have somebody transcribe my notes so I can listen to them, which takes way longer than just talking and doing what it is that I do. So I do that first thing in the morning, and then as soon as I turn it off, I think, oh, I should have said this, and this. And I should add, and I probably will in the future, add a transcribed component to my videos where I can add those notes and those things that I forgot to say when I was just talking about it or riffing about the topic. That would be, I think, for me, a continuous step change improvement in what I'm creating, what I share, and what I do in the world. So today we did day 30 of the Get Up and Go challenge. It's a 30-plus day challenge because we're going to do a bonus day tomorrow because there's 31 days in December, so why wouldn't we? And so tomorrow, I didn't tell them, but we're going to talk about lessons learned from 2020 and lessons learned from doing this Get Up and Go challenge 5 times over 30 days, but I've done at least 10 challenges of my own this year, and I've done dozens of other people's challenges as well. And what have I learned from that? What am I taking away from that? How has that helped me to continue to grow through 2020 versus being stagnant or stuck or in trouble because I didn't continue to move as the world moves? Because guess what? Even though the world shut down in many aspects, it's still moving forward. And if we're stopped and stalled and not doing anything to move forward with it, we're going to be in trouble. We're not going to be prepared for what comes next. And it's our responsibility to always prepare ourselves for what's next. It's not our responsibility, and it's not our fault that things happen, that COVID-19 happens, that businesses change, that the world changes, but it is our job to determine and proactively decide how we're going to respond to those changes and challenges so that we create the life we want. We don't just get left behind or stuck somewhere. So that's why I was talking about review and ratings today, because in the Get Up and Go Challenge, we rated the 7 different areas and aspects of our life on how we feel about them right now. And then we went, as part of that, the homework tonight, people can go back and look at how did you rate yourself at the beginning of the month? Was there a change? And if there wasn't a change, I talked about how don't beat yourself up, because as I look at mine, I had a couple areas that went down in December, which I'm like, how come they went down? Well, it's because it's the holiday, it's COVID, we're still locked down. There's things that are still impacting us that didn't impact us last Christmas. And last Christmas, I had a really low standard because I was sick on the couch as a dog, probably with COVID-19, and I had nowhere to go but up. So it was interesting to me that I rated how I felt at the beginning of the month differently than how I felt at the end of the month. And that's a subjective thing that we can just see, are we making progress? Are we going in the direction we want, or are we not going in the direction we want? And if we see, whatever we see, if we're going the direction we want to do more of what we're doing. If we're not going in the direction we want to analyze and say, okay, well, what's going on? What could have caused me to feel a little bit worse now about my emotional and spiritual well-being than I did at the beginning of the month? So we want to just always be reviewing and giving ourselves feedback on what we can do to keep moving in the direction we want to go. Fun challenge today was about drawing something and drawing from your feelings. But it was just draw something you see. And this is a good one, and I think I did it not too long ago. Our idiom for today on Supersize Your Business was 2 wrongs don't make a right. Now I could probably talk for hours about 2 wrongs not making a right. Unless, of course, you make 3 lefts. 3 lefts do make a right. And, you know, in math, 2 negatives make a positive, but only in math and in formulas. It doesn't really work that way in real life. So, talked about that, and of course, I don't have any trouble talking about that and sharing how I feel about good versus evil, right versus wrong. We each draw the line in the sand, and we don't cross that line. You know, what's right to us is right, what's wrong to us is wrong. And it's different for other people, but there's a lot of agreement in terms of what's wrong and what's right. I think the vast majority of people in the planet would say murder is wrong, right? I don't think there'd be a whole lot of discussion about that. Killing other people, taking another person's life is wrong. But then, of course, there's always, you know, a spectrum of beliefs on that. Well, if somebody were to harm my children, then I wouldn't have a problem seeing them killed or killing them. You know, everybody's got these different beliefs, and beliefs and feelings are, of course, situational, because we behave in certain ways in different situations. Now, I still think there's that line in the sand that we're not going to cross no matter what, and that's up to us to decide. So that was the 2 wrongs don't make a right, because there's a lot of wrong stuff going on in the world, and people are just looking the other way, and I can't do that. I can't know something is wrong and not say something about it, especially if I have firsthand personal information of wrongdoing, wrong behavior, unethical behavior, breaking the law, you know, fraud. But we have laws, and everyone is supposed to follow those laws. It doesn't matter what job you have or how high up you are in your business organization. It doesn't matter how high up you are in politics. There are laws we're all supposed to obey. So as politicians are putting down these guidelines for COVID-19 and then they're not following them, to me, they need to be held accountable for that. And they should be. I've seen public shaming of these people because they should be shamed. There's not you know, they're throwing business owners in jail or fining business owners $14,000 a day if they open their business against these guidelines, yet the same governors are going to parties and not following the guidelines that they're putting in place. Not okay. To me, that is absolutely positively not okay. And, you know, the politicians, if you're going to fine a business $14,000, then a politician needs to have that same type of a fine if they're breaking the guidelines. And I believe that about business. I think there's nothing that justifies cheating, unethical behavior, bribery, bullying, and things like that in any area or aspect of our life. So that's, again, just my opinion, but I'm going to stand up for that. I'm going to say, no, no, no. No, not going to accept it. So that's what I'm working on. Tomorrow's the last day of the year. I'm actually personally working on my goals and objectives and my plan for mapping out next year, the big things I want to do, and then breaking them down into the smaller daily things that I need to do to make sure that I support those things. So I'm working on that. You know, it's not just a one-off thing and I'm done. I wish that I was that simple, but I like to consider all the 7 areas and aspects of my life. I have a big long-term life goal for each of those, or maybe more, and then I have an annual goal for each of those, and then I break that down smaller and smaller pieces till I get to what do I need to do every day to feed to and make sure I reach my weekly goals, my monthly goals, my quarterly goals, which to me, I do like 90-day or 12-week years, so that I have like a year every quarter. So I always accomplish 4 times more for sure what I would otherwise accomplish by waiting and just having annual goals. So I'd like to break it all down. That's it. That's all I've got today. Have an absolutely fantabulous, amazing day. We got some beautiful snow here last night, so that was fun. And yesterday, so it's looking beautiful and white in my neck of the woods. And that always makes me smile, especially when I can be in the warm house and I don't have to go outside in it, and I can just look at how beautiful the trees are. Have a great day. If I can help you in any way, any questions, anything I say that you think is just all wet, share that in the comments below. Because you know what? I'm always looking to learn and grow and get better and be a better human being. And I get that and I do that through feedback. All right. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.